Hello, UNV 101 instructors. I just realized that last Friday I forgot to show you how to put in the grade totals for your students in your course. And I tend to do this about once a week for my students, especially after I have done the grading for the most recent attendance week. So let me show you real quick in Student View what it looks like for students. So if they go to grades, they're going to have an NA because right now there's no grade whatsoever for this student's total grade. Okay, and I'll come back later and show you. So because we do these point totals, we literally have to add up how many points have they earned so far and enter it into their point total. So I'm going to show you how I do this. There's a couple different ways you can do it. I'm going to leave Student View. So you could do it kind of by hand if you wanted to. I'm not sure I would do it this way, but that's just me. We could look at Zoe here in detail. And I could look at her scores literally down this entire list. And if I scroll all the way to the bottom, I'm only seeing 5 points for her so far. Okay, so her total so far would be 5. That could take a while, in my opinion. So what I like to do instead is use a spreadsheet, which I'm sure is of no surprise to many of you. But I am going to go to Actions, and I'm going to say Export. And so it is exporting my grade book. And it took it to the other screen, but here it is. Right. And this is the grade book. It's every assignment as well as the points that they have been assigned. So what I want to do is add up all of their points that would go across these rows. And so I'm going to use a formula for that. You'll just use the same formula every time. I'm going to do equals SUM for sum. And I want to sum from, in this case, F3, which is where my first assignment is, all the way over to CD3. Okay. So you can see my formula. I'm summing from F3 to CD3. So I'm capturing all of the grades. And it's pretty obvious here, Zoe has only done her week 1 attendance. She hasn't done any You Choose yet. So instead of typing that formula over and over again in a spreadsheet, you can click and drag down. And then what I do is I hit the Control key and the D key, and it drags that formula down and it updates it. So it's adding up the different rows. So you can see here on, this is Davis Bird, it is adding from F8 to CD8 since he is in row 8, right? So then what I'm going to do, I'm going to move those onto another screen. And one way I could look at this is I could say, all right, I'm going to go to assignments. And I'm going to look at the current final grade, right? So that is how many points they have accumulated. So I'm going to click there. And in SpeedGrader, I am going to go through and I can just put in their points. So Zoe has 5 and Lexi has 5. All right, and for my test student, I'm going to give that test student has a total of 8 points. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my main screen. I've entered the point totals for everyone. And if I go back to Student View, that means I become test student again. So I look at my grades. And I am at an 8%, which we know is a bummer because it still shows me as having an F. But given the 14 weeks in the semester, test student here is doing just fine. And that is it.